Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, Text number 50. Soyam te abhitastata Bhagavan Vishwa Bhavanaha Samasena Hari Nanyad Anasmat Sat Asachayat. Saha, that, I am the same, te, unto you, abhitaha, explained by me, tata, my dear son, Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, Vishwa Bhavanaha, the creator of the manifested worlds, Samasena, in brief, Hare, without Hari, the Lord, no, never, Anyat, anything else, Anyasmat, being the cause of, Sat, manifested or phenomenal, Asat, noumenal, Cha, and Yat, whatever there may be. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear son, I have now explained in brief the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is creator of the manifested worlds. Without him, Hari the Lord, there are no other causes of the phenomenal and noumenal existences. Purport. Since we generally have the experience of the temporary material world and conditioned souls trying to lord it over the material worlds, Brahmaji explained to Narada Dev that this temporary world is the work of the external potency of the Lord, and that the conditioned souls struggling here for existence are the marginal potency of the Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead. There is no cause for all these phenomenal activities but Him, Hari, the Supreme Lord, who is the primeval cause of all causes. This does not mean, however, that the Lord Himself is distributed impersonally. He is aloof from all these interactions of the external and marginal potencies. In the Bhagavad Gita 9.4, it is confirmed that by His potencies alone, He is present everywhere and anywhere. Everything that is manifested rests on His potency only, but He, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is always aloof from everything. The potency and the potent are simultaneously one and different from one another. One should not deprecate the Supreme Lord for the creation of the miserable world, just as one should not blame the king for creating a prison house in the government. The prison house is a necessary institution of the governmental establishment for those who are disobedient to the laws of the government. Similarly, this material world full of miseries is a temporary creation of the Lord for those who have forgotten Him and are trying to lord it over the false manifestation. He, however, is always anxious to get the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead, and for this He has given so many chances to the conditioned souls via the authoritative scriptures, His representatives and personal incarnations also. Since He has no direct attachment to this material world, He is not to be blamed for its creation. Om Ajnanathimandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Translation once again. My dear son, I have now explained in brief the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is creator of the manifested worlds. Without Him, or Hari the Lord, there are no other causes of the phenomenal and noumenal existences. excuse me. So we see here, Lord Brahma is giving knowledge to his son Narada Dev. And in this verse we see he's explaining to him the reality of this material world. What is that? That it is temporary. It's created, it's annihilated, and again it's created, and again it's annihilated. So we, living entities, we are in this temporary material world. And Srila Prabhupada explains it so nicely that we in this material world are conditioned. What kind of conditioning? The first conditioning that we have is, I am this body. We identify ourselves with our body. Excuse me. But we forget the basic knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which is, I am not this body, but I am the spirit soul. So, because we have forgotten the Supreme Lord Hari or Krishna, we are in this temporary material world and we are conditioned. And in that state, we consider ourselves the Lord of all I survey. I want to lord it over everyone and everything. We want to be the controllers, right? But we forget that we are unable to control our own senses. We are unable to control our body, our mind. Can any of us control the diseases that we get, the way we are growing old every year? Why every year? Every moment. It's all beyond our control. So how can we call ourselves controllers? But that thought is there that I am the Lord. And we still continue to think that we are the controllers, and that is called real thick conditioning. You see? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained to us, Dukhalayam ashashvatam. This material world is full of miseries and it is temporary. And this material world, even though it's temporary, it's not unreal. It is due to the external potency of the Supreme Lord. And because we have forgotten our constitutional position, our real identity, we are struggling for existence. Some are doing jobs for many, many hours a day. Some are doing 2 jobs, 3 jobs, just for existence. And even though most are struggling for existence, they think, I'm happy. Running after happiness. I want this and I want that. Let me get this. Let me work hard to get this or that, whatever. Just running after happiness. But we are trying to find happiness in the wrong place. We are trying to find, it's like going to a grocery store and looking for diamonds. That's the wrong place. We got to go to a jewelry store to find diamonds. But if you want potatoes, tomatoes, yes, we can go to the grocery store. So trying to find happiness in the wrong place is the problem. There was, in India, in the villages, the owner of the villages is called Zamindar. And he is actually the controller of the village, and he's very rich. So one day his daughter lost a diamond necklace, and she was very upset. She wanted it because that was her favorite necklace. So the Zamindar, the in charge, he sent out a notice to all the villagers. He said, anyone who will find the necklace of my daughter, the diamond necklace, will be rewarded opulently, will get a lot of money. So because the villagers were struggling for existence, they thought, hey, this is a quick way to earn money. So they all went around searching for the diamond necklace. Now, while they were searching, they were going into the fields and everywhere looking. But there was this one villager. While he was passing through a pond, he saw there is a diamond necklace in the pond. And so he said, looks like I'm very lucky today. So he jumped in the pond to look for the necklace, and he moved his hands around, but he couldn't find it. He was like, what happened? He came out of the pond and he started thinking, well, I saw it. But then he saw it again in the pond. And he kept doing this couple of times, jumping in the pond but not able to get the necklace, couldn't find it. There was a wise, saintly person passing by, and he noticed this activity of jumping in, coming out, jumping in, coming out. And he inquired from this villager, what are you doing? He said, look, there is a diamond necklace and I want it. The wise, saintly person told him, that is not where the necklace is. The necklace is hanging up on the branch of that tree, and that is just the reflection in the pond, and you're trying to catch the reflection. This is what we do. In this material world, we are running after the reflection and we are thinking that is happiness. No, happiness is up there in the spiritual world. We are just looking at the reflection and being very happy. So here Brahmaji is telling Narad Muni that Krishna or Hari, Lord Hari, is a cause of all causes. But if we want to understand this, just like that villager had the help of a saintly person, we also need guidance. We need guidance from a spiritual master to explain to us, how is Hari the cause of all causes? In fact, Brahmaji's first prayer, the very first verse, he says, Ishvara Paramakrishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He very, very, very clearly explains Krishna or Hari is the cause of all causes. And in this verse, Brahmaji is using the same word, Hari. What is the meaning of Hari? One who takes away. Takes away what is bothersome in our life, like our anxieties, our sinful activities, our sufferings, our obstacles. Everything Krishna takes away, provided we surrender unto Him. Hari actually means the remover, one who removes or one who takes away. Srila Prabhupada mentions a verse in the Purport, chapter 9, verse 4, in which Krishna is telling Arjuna, by me, that means by Krishna, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. What does that mean? That means He is the cause, He is the creator, but He's aloof. He's present everywhere. He's present in all living entities. He's present in the creation, but He stays aloof. Everything rests on His potency, but He stays aloof. And Srila Prabhupada very aptly calls this material world as a prison house. So should we blame the government for building prison houses? No, because the government knows there are going to be some criminals. There are going to be some who are going to break the government laws. And so prison houses built for them. Similarly, Krishna knows, Lord Hari, He knows that in this material world there will be some lawbreakers, those who will break the laws of the Supreme Lord. And that is why this material world is created. So indirectly, sorry to say, we are criminals. We have broken the laws of the Supreme Lord, and that's why we are put in this material world, being disobedient to the laws. See, if the citizen follows the laws of the government, they are safe and happy. But if they break, then they are put in the prison house. So if we want to be happy, we need to follow the laws of the Supreme Lord. You see, this material world we know is temporary and full of miseries. Why are we experiencing that? Because we have forgotten the Lord. We are only thinking about ourselves instead of thinking of Hari. We are very, very, very fortunate that we have this human form of life, which is very rare. Very rare. So now that we have this human form, and we are more fortunate because today we are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. We are hearing about Lord Hari. You see? So that we can improve this material life, so that we can qualify ourselves to become self-realized and go back to the spiritual world where there is permanent happiness. And Krishna, he not only comes down from time to time, but he also gives us the Shastras, the Vedic scriptures. He gives us Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya. All these Shastras he's given us so that we can understand, we can hear, we can read, we can learn and understand what is the process to go back to the spiritual world. Srila Prabhupada says Krishna is more eager to have us back in the spiritual world than we are to go back. So many opportunities he gives us. How many times we have come across people who have talked to us about the Supreme Lord, or who have talked to us about Bhagavad Gita, or invited us to come and hear the Bhagavad Gita. How many opportunities we've got. So Krishna is giving us all those opportunities. Now, with the help of technology, we are able to even hear and speak about these topics online. Thanks to Mr. Zoom and thanks to Mr. Facebook, they have given us these opportunities that we can give this knowledge or take this knowledge from the scriptures. So Krishna, he comes personally, he sends his representatives, he gives us the Shastras. But then finally, he does not interfere with our minute independence, that little freedom of choice that we have. He gives us that choice. Choose now. You have the opportunity. Do you want to take advantage of it or just let it go? But if we make the right choice, then we are the ones who get the benefit. You see, this whole material creation, it is created according to Krishna's plan. It is his desire, not our desire. It is his desire. He is the ultimate sanctioner. So now if it is his desire, he does not desire to create this material world, just like the government does not like to build prison houses because they want all citizens to be obedient. Similarly, Krishna also wants us all to be obedient to his laws, but there are some who do not. So Krishna does not desire to build this material world, but because of our activities, he has to. This material world is for those who want to forget the Lord. See, there's a difference. Want or desire, or there is no choice. Here there is a choice. We are busy fulfilling our material desires. I want this, and now tomorrow I want that. And so in the process, we are misusing our minute independence that we've got. Human life is meant for self-realization. We need to have a spiritual goal in life, not just material acquisitions, material possessions. No. So if we misuse our minute independence, if we want to be away from Krishna, then he makes that arrangement for us. He has nothing to do with this material world. As we read from chapter 9, verse 4, Krishna says, I create, but I stay aloof. He doesn't get entangled with the material world. He's aloof. But everything is going on by the will of the Supreme Lord. He is the cause of all causes. He expands himself. He has different energies, and he expands himself as even his different energies. From Srimad Bhagavatam, we learn that he expands himself as Mahavishnu. And when Mahavishnu glances over material energy, the creation takes place. Then it becomes Mahatattva. It becomes activated. Excuse me. Then gradually, material elements come into being. From Mahatattva, first consciousness is manifested. And the presiding deity of this manifestation is Vasudeva. Then mind is manifested from false ego, which is mode of goodness. And Aniruddha is the presiding deity of the mind. Then from false ego, mode of passion, intelligence is manifested. And the deity of intelligence is Pradyumna. These are all manifestations of the Supreme Lord Hari or Krishna. And after that, the 10 sensual functions are manifested from the mode of passion. What are these 10 sensual functions? 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 5 working senses. Those 5 knowledge acquiring senses are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. And what are the 5 working senses? Sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell, or you can say voice, legs, hands, and innocent genitals. These are working senses. All this knowledge is given in the scriptures. And from false ego, in the mode of ignorance, material elements are manifested like earth, water, fire, air, ether, all this. So all this is the phenomenal world, one that is perceived through our senses. See? And we can see that this phenomenal world is extraordinary, it's exceptional, it's remarkable, but it's temporary. You see? But the noumenal world is divine, it's original, it's divine, and it exists independently of our human perception. We cannot perceive it. It is mysterious. It's not very clear because it's absolute. And Krishna tells us in the Bhagavad Gita, it's not easy to understand the absolute truth, not at all. Manushyaram sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhai yatatam api siddhanam kaschid mam veti tattva. Out of thousands, one will try for perfection. And out of thousands who have attained perfection, Krishna says, hardly one knows me in truth. So it's not easy to understand absolute truth or Krishna or Lord Hari. But the essence of the scriptures is to understand. Vedescha sarvar aham eva vedyo vedanta veda ved eva chaham. Krishna says, I am the compiler of the Vedas. And what is the purpose? To know me, to know Krishna from the Vedas. So the essence is to understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is behind everything. Everything means everything. Even though he is personally involved with everything, he expands himself in a personal way. But that doesn't mean even though he's aloof from all this, that doesn't mean we think that, oh, that's impersonalism. It's impersonal. Or this universe is impersonal. No, it's not impersonal manifestation. We can see it, right? We can see the whole material creation. We can see the living entities. So it's not impersonal manifestation. But the origin of everything is Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam. We know Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of the Vedic scriptures. It's given to us by Krishna himself in the form of Vyasadeva, the literary incarnation of Krishna. But what is the purpose? Why do we hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day? Excuse me. Why do we read Srimad Bhagavatam every day? So that we can become self-realized. One may say, oh, well, Srimad Bhagavatam is full of stories. They are not stories. They are pastimes of Krishna. They are pastimes of his devotees. So we don't get entangled in trying to, find minute details of each pastime. Oh, who said what to whom and why and where and when? No. We try to understand the moral of those pastimes. What do we learn from that? So the essence and purpose of Srimad Bhagavatam is not only to understand, but main thing is to establish that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Scriptures clearly say Krishna is God. As I mentioned, Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji, the first creator, the very first verse he says, Ishvara Parama Krishna, means Parama Ishvara is Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam it is said, Ete cham sakala pumsa, Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. You yourself, Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself declares, Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam, Sarva Loka Maheshwara, Maha Ishvara. He is the Ishvara of all the Ishvaras. He is the Maha Ishvara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You see? So the scriptures clearly declare who is the Supreme Lord. We cannot say there are many gods. No. God is singular. One personality. Someone who has no one equal to him or above him. That's actually the dictionary meaning of God. But the scriptures, Vedas, Srimad Bhagavatam, they clearly establish that Krishna is the Supreme. He's a creator of the whole world, the whole creation. And through this material creation, he's showing us how everything is connected with him. Why? So that we can build a relationship with him. Now, supposing we want to build a relationship with somebody, we need to have knowledge about them. We need to know who they are. What is the name? What is the address? What's the phone number? Etc., etc. Similarly, if we want to build a relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna, then we need to know. What's his name? Krishna. Where does he live? Goloka Vrindavan. What is his phone number? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. This is how we connect with him. So if you want to build a relationship with him, then we need to know about him. And that is what Srimad Bhagavatam is teaching us. So whenever we can do some practicals besides taking on theory, knowledge. One practical would be that whenever we see anybody, any living entity, not just human beings, animals, birds, insects, whatever we see, anything moving or non-moving, we don't just see their external form, but we see that Krishna is behind all these living entities. He is situated in the heart of all living entities. This is how we can practically see presence of Krishna everywhere. This is how we can build relationship with him, right? What is Krishna's desire? Does he want us to be stuck in the material world and suffer year after year after year, or birth after birth after birth? No. His desire is that we return back to him. And he makes arrangements for that for us, you see? But again, the bottom line is choice is ours. See? For example, today, this morning, right now, is some Srimad Bhagavatam class going on, right? It's an example. It's an arrangement by the Lord. It's not that by chance, because we didn't have anything else to do, so we've come to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. No, it's an opportunity. It's an arrangement by the Lord to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and learn how we can go back to the spiritual world, to Krishna. You see? But then again, choice is ours. We can attend, we can hear, learn, and put it into practice, or we can keep it for tomorrow. And as it is said, tomorrow never comes. Our mind is actually our controller. The mind dictates. You got to do this, you got to go here, or whatever it is. All choices are made by the mind. But Bhagavad Gita teaches us we need to control the mind, discipline it. You see? Now we see in this material world, there is a lot of competition. There's competition between relatives, between spouses, between colleagues in the job place, workplace, in business. There's competition in this material world. But guess what? There is also another kind of competition where people desire to be the Lord. They want to take the position of the Supreme Lord. But according to the scriptures, this material world is just a reflection. It's a reflection of Krishna's energy. See? And one of the energies of Krishna is Maya, that which is not. And that Maya is so attractive. Very difficult to overcome Maya. But here, we are happy. We are playing with the reflection, whatever. Reflection is not real. It's not real. Like I gave the example of the diamond necklace. The real necklace is on the branch of the tree. But we are trying to play with the reflection in the water. Playing with the reflection of Krishna's energy. I would say we are so naive. We need strong sadhana, strong hold on the process of bhakti yoga if we want to overcome this attraction of the material world, to overcome Maya. Maya is very, very prevalent here in the material world, is very strong. And whatever we see in the material world is a reflection of the spiritual energy of Krishna. Where does Maya get its energy or potency? From Krishna. It is just a shadow reflection. You see, shadow may show, so when I am here in the sun and I see my shadow, I may see the same contours, same factors, everything, but that shadow is different from original. The original features are different from what we see in the shadow. It's just a shadow. The shadow lacks color, fragrance, dimensions, everything. It's not original, it's just a shadow. So material energy, even though it's a reflection, it's a shadow, it lacks so many dimensions. It's just a shadow. So we may find this material world very attractive, but it's a dull reflection of Krishna's spiritual world. So what is the point we are trying to understand? We are trying to understand this material world. We may do a PhD on the workings of this material world. How does it work? That's waste of time. Why are we trying to waste our time on understanding the mechanics of the workings of this material world? Srimad Bhagavatam explains it all. Today's verse clearly explains that about this material existence, right? So in a broader sense, we try to connect it all to Krishna because he's the origin. He's the origin of everything. He's the origin of this world. He's the origin of expansions. He is the ultimate controller of everything. That's enough to know the purpose of material world. But the real purpose is to understand how to come out of this material world. That should be our desire. How I can come out of this temporary material world, which according to Bhagavad Gita is dukkhalayam and ashashvatam. It is full of miseries and it is temporary. So those who inquire how to come out of this material world, they are considered to be very intelligent. And Srila Prabhupada, he has given us a very simple process. Very simple process. He's giving us, his translations and purports give us knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. They explain to us what is this material world. We can see that there are limitations here in this material world. See, We understand it's a shadow of reflection. So how can we get satisfaction from a shadow? Say I am walking and here comes, say, my son or my daughter walking, coming towards me. Where is the child going to get satisfaction? From me or from my shadow? Obviously from me, because this is original. Shadow is just a reflection. So where are we going to get satisfaction? In the spiritual world, which is the original. That's the origin. Not this material world, which is a reflection. That cannot give us satisfaction. Like Prahlad Maharaj tells us in Srimad Bhagavatam, chewing the chewed. Seen that sugarcane, right? We push the sugarcane through the juicer, we take out the juice, then we take that sugarcane and again try to push it through to take out some more juice. And again we fold it and again we push it because we want to take out every single drop of juice from the sugarcane. And then when all the juice is extracted, we throw that sugarcane without any juice in the trash. But imagine someone picks up that, what you can say, juiceless, without any juice, sugarcane left, and start chewing on it, hoping I may get one extra drop from that. It's not possible. That is what is described here in the material world. We are chewing the chewed. We've taken so many births, in different species of life, 8.4 million species. We've gone through so many species, again and again, being born and dying. And still we haven't learned our lesson. We're still trying to find satisfaction in the material world. It's called chewing the chewed. So without relationship with Krishna, there is no question of satisfaction. There is no question of fulfillment. We may have some moments where we feel happy or we feel fulfilled, but it's temporary. Srila Prabhupada says that when we are happy, we are actually not happy. That happiness is a stage of less distress. When our distress is reduced, we feel that is happiness, but the distress is still there. That is not real permanent happiness. Real permanent happiness is found only in the spiritual world. Material world may show us, oh, this is a very enjoyable place. It may show its enjoyable side to us. Do this, you'll be happy. Now, go there, like when we go to Hawaii, there's a big board which says, go to New York. That's a fantastic place. When you go to New York, there is a big board which says, go to Hawaii. That is a wonderful, beautiful place. You see? So material world may show its enjoyable side, but the scriptures clearly say, Dukhalayam Shashvatam. It is a place of misery and it is temporary. So the best thing what we learn from this verse is to take shelter of Lord Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hari, who takes away all our anxieties, our miseries, our sinful activities, our obstacles, everything. He just takes away everything and we become purified and eligible to go back to the spiritual world. So I'll end here and I'll read the translation once again. My dear son, I have now explained in brief the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the creator of the manifested worlds. Without him, or Hari the Lord, there are no other causes of the phenomenal and noumenal existences. Thank you. Hare Krishna.